Hello and welcome to another episode of the Tipped Balls Podcast. I am your host, Sam Randazzo, and I am joined by my two rather grinchy co-hosts. To my right, it is the one and only Uncle Sam Took-Claus.
Hello. Asshole.
And behind the computer, whipping his own reindeer, it is Bruce, the tugboat, Venditti.
What's up?
And we would also like to welcome you guys to our Christmas special. This will be our last episode before the holiday, before a weekend, a Christmas weekend filled with lots of games. Christmas Eve, obviously the majority of the games going on Sunday. There is 3 for our viewing pleasure on Christmas Day. But before we get into that, we have a lot to talk about. Obviously, there was no Fantasy Frenzy this week, which I know is probably heartbreaking to most of you.
You don't want our advice anyway. We're all out.
At the end of the day, yeah, every single one of us got knocked out.
We're all out.
Do
what you got to do and win it.
Yeah, good luck.
Good
That's
luck.
all we have to say is good
Salud.
luck. Pretty much threw in the towel on that one. It's so limited at this point. I didn't really think there was that much there. And so good luck to everybody.
Good luck
who's still
setting up
in
your
it.
rosters with all these injuries.
Yeah, you guys did better than all of us. So Godspeed.
Godspeed.
Honestly, I am still in the Tipped Fans League. But
Okay.
I'm going to get obliterated because it's one of those things where it combines the points from the first week and the second week.
Uh-oh.
And I'm down by like 70. So, yeah. And everybody who participated in the Tipped Fans League, congratulations there too, I guess.
Absolutely.
Most of us suck.
Next year, I actually really have to
Do some
actually
homework.
pay attention to it. I got distracted with a different league and
I think Angie
wasn't
was
paying
the most
attention.
active person in that league.
I think he was. Yeah, and everybody who participated in that, all of your guys' compensatory prizes will be in the mail here soon enough. But either way, moving on. So this weekend is what is it? 20? How many years has it been since the Immaculate Reception? What did they say?
Jesus Christ.
Either way, the Immaculate Reception anniversary is this weekend, and they have big festivities planned in Pittsburgh for that because Pittsburgh has Sunday Night Football this week against the Raiders. Or is this Saturday Night Football? Saturday Night Football, which is Sunday Night Football. On Christmas Eve, 8:15 game, 50 years.
50 years.
The 50th anniversary of the Immaculate Reception. And unfortunately, at the very young age of 72, Franco Harris passed away yesterday. Obviously, me and Bruce were not relevant at the time this happened.
Just
Only one
swimming around
person
in our
was.
dad's sack.
Y'all were still in the bag.
We were still in the
We were
bag.
still in the bag.
Hey,
what-
we won the race though.
Actually, I was around for, that,
I'm aware you were.
for the Immaculate Reception, and I will say this, it hit the ground. That's all I'm going to say. Hit the ground.
Great.
R.I.P. Franco. He's a stand-up dude.
You were a big Franco Harris guy.
No, I was not.
Oh, okay.
I was an Earl Campbell guy. I liked Earl Campbell.
So that's all he gets?
I said R.I.P. What do you want me to say?
Anyways.
I'm not a Pittsburgh Steeler fan. I still think those teams for the Pittsburgh Steelers, and everybody going to talk about Franco Harris, but
You've sat in here and blown the old Pittsburgh Steelers team.
well, I'm gonna tell you
Pittsburgh,
something right now.
Who is
There's a reason why they won 4 Super Bowls. They had the best defensive football. Period. That's it. And back then they ran the ball 35, 40 times a game. I mean, it wasn't that much to it.
That's true.
You know. Not to say that they weren't. I mean, the guys were tough as nails back then, dude. They played before all the gay rules fucking came out. So
When you could leave your feet and hit with your head.
when you could absolutely just obliterate people, that's when they played. That's why Jack Lambert didn't have any teeth.
So, sorry.
Santa Claus.
So R.I.P. Franco Harris.
R.I.P.
And congratulations
Absolutely.
on your immaculate reception.
Was that some Santa Claus porn?
Godspeed. Godspeed, Franco.
The Pro Bowl games rosters have been announced.
That's
They were announced last night.
okay.
As you know, there's no more Pro Bowl anymore. It's now the Pro Bowl games, where it will be the AFC and the NFC. AFC coached by Peyton Manning, NFC coached by Eli Manning, and there will be a big flag football game.
That's a complete and utter waste of time.
Either way, the rosters have been announced. And there's a lot of people who are very, 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 very upset about some of the people named. I don't know if you saw the
Well,
rosters.
I seen some of it. I did see that the guy who leads the league in all-purpose yards didn't fucking make it.
Well, also
Christian McCaffrey.
Christian McCaffrey did not make it. Also, the person who got the largest amount of fan votes, which was Tua Tagovailoa,
Okay.
did not make it.
And he's in the AFC,
Correct.
correct?
Justin Fields.
Who's better than Tua in the AFC?
Well, we're going to talk about that.
Okay.
Justin Fields was third overall in voting. Did not make it.
Well, I'm going to be brutally honest with you. Do you think Justin Fields belonged to be there? Do you think his numbers were better than any Kirk Cousins or any of these other guys?
No,
that
but
did make it.
at the end of the day, if the Pro Bowl is for the fans, the reason
Okay.
why they're doing this is for the fans. Don't you think that whoever the fans vote in the most should be the guy that gets?
Well, maybe they're trying to say there ain't enough people in Chicago to get Justin Fields voted in.
Or it was every single person in Chicago
Yeah.
voted for Justin Fields and nobody outside.
Here we go. For example, T.J. Watt, who suffered a significant injury in Week 1, made it in over Alex Highsmith,
Who was playing in
his spot and racking up the numbers. And when Eddie Jackson went on IR 2 weeks ago, he was taken off the ballot. Well, T.J. Watt was injured. He was still on it. There's been a lot of controversy thus far this year.
This is what happens when you let the fans decide who should be in what.
Correct. At the end of the day,
It's a popularity contest.
why not leave it up to, if you're going to leave it up to the fans, leave it up to the fans. Whoever they vote in gets in.
Right.
If you're not going to, then don't include the fan vote in this.
Right. If you're, I mean, by all rights, who should be deciding this?
The fans.
You're doing it for the fans.
Right.
The fans should be the one to decide. You know the fans have no clue what they're doing. They're just going to vote on biased bullshit. We already know
Right,
that.
the NFL is just going to pick who they want to pick.
I mean, how is Christian McCaffrey
NFL is-
How is Christian McCaffrey not in it? You know, I was reading
Maybe
else.
because he started in the AFC and then wound up going into the NFC.
Well, but okay, here's another thing. Realistically, Kirk Cousins made it. Okay, and we're gonna go through who
Right.
did it. If you look literally across the board, 10 points better in QBR, third in passing yards, everything else. Why is Goff not in over Cousins?
Yeah, cost numbers are just as good.
No, they're much better.
Yeah.
Tyler Lockett's numbers much better than Terry McLaurin.
I'm on Ron St. Brown.
Amon-Ra St. Brown's numbers
numbers
better
were
than
better than McLaurin's.
pretty much.
McLaurin
Everybody.
was hurt early on too.
McLaurin
he
just
didn't play
started putting up numbers.
He started putting
Passed.
up numbers because Carson Wentz went out.
I mean, J.C. Horn having an absolutely fantastic year. Not even an alternate. Like,
Yeah.
but anyways, let's talk about the guys who did make it. Starting with the quarterbacks for the AFC. No shocker here. Pat Mahomes, Josh Allen, and Joe
He's the
Burrow.
cutest guy in the NFL.
If you're cute, you make Pro Bowls.
Pretty much.
The NFC one kind of surprised me. Jalen Hurts, obviously, Geno Smith, and Kirk Cousins.
Geno Smith has nice numbers. Not the past 3 weeks, but I mean,
I'm
early
sorry.
in the season he had nice numbers.
I'm sorry, but how? I mean, when you have other guys out there,
Seattle must have a
Twice
big
as many
following.
numbers.
but again,
the
they
amount.
didn't really care about the vote.
The 12th
mean-
man put him in.
Goff's numbers better than Geno Smith.
You know why they did that? Because Russ. Let's put Geno Smith in there. Because Russ sucks this year.
I mean, That one
He's not going to get voted into.
did
Pro
not
Bowl.
make a whole sense to me. Running backs, NFC, Saquon Barkley, Miles Sanders, and Tony Pollard. Which, again, I'm not going to lie to you. That one kind of surprised me.
And Christian McCaffrey has
It's
more
in
yards
there.
than all of those guys.
I mean,
So I don't get it.
Dalvin Cook.
Dalvin Cook got snubbed. How are you gonna put a backup? I'm not trying to
Knock Tony Pollard.
knock Tony Pollard here, but he's not an every down guy.
And, I mean, Miles Sanders is not either.
For not being an every down guy.
Well, Miles
Reduces
Sanders
his
is at least
number.
a starter. Pollard's not a fucking starter.
AFC, Nick Chubb, Josh Jacobs, Derrick Henry. The AFC did not have
say?
nearly as many
What can you
surprises.
say?
Right. I don't think we need to talk about fullbacks. Wide receivers, Justin Jefferson, A.J. Brown, CeeDee Lamb, and Terry McLaurin for the NFC. That one is,
I will say this: C.D. Lamb has come on as of late.
Yeah.
But early in the year, he wasn't even relevant.
yeah, but he plays for the Cowboys, so there you go.
Plays for the Cowboys.
That one I'm good with,
Okay.
I guess.
Okay.
AFC, Tyreek Hill, Stephon Diggs, Devontae Adams, Jamar Chase. That one's very hard to argue with.
You can't argue with that.
No. Tight ends, Kittle and Hawkinson for the NFC,
Okay.
and I was trying to break this down. Who else is there?
In the NFC,
Yeah. I mean, there ain't that much
tight
else
end
there.
wise,
Yeah.
there ain't really anybody. AFC's real easy. Kelsey,
Well, it was Kelsey and Mark Andrews.
Mark Andrews.
And
Now,
Mark-
I will say
Mark Andrews
this.
hurt half the year.
Let me say this. How come the kid from Jacksonville ain't on there?
I mean, Evan Ingram's
That guy,
numbers are
that
off
guy
the chain. Yeah.
scored up this year, dude. He should be on there before Mark Andrews.
I agree with that.
Okay.
Offensive line, we're not going to do. Defensive lineman. This one, I think this one's going to raise some eyebrows. NFC. Aaron Donald, who's out for the year.
Aaron Donald, who hasn't played in how many weeks?
I saw these already. You put them on.
Okay.
Yes, I did. They are on the
Go ahead.
Instagram story. Jonathan Allen, deserving.
Absolutely.
And Dexter Lawrence from the New York Giants, deserving.
Okay.
He's had his numbers are off the chain this year. He's had
Yeah.
a very good year.
I kind of agree with that.
AFC, Chris Jones, Quinnen Williams, Jeffrey Simmons.
You can't say anymore. Those are the three top guys in that division.
Yeah, but Quinnen Williams hurt again.
yeah,
So, I mean,
yeah, but he's put up huge numbers.
he has. Defensive
And
ends.
even hurt, he's ranked in the top
Very high.
3.
Defensive ends, Nick Bosa, Brian Burns, DeMarcus Lawrence for the NFC,
Okay.
which, again, I mean, those are three top.
How are you gonna?
Yeah, you can't argue.
AFC, Myles Garrett,
Okay.
Max Crosby, very deserving,
Very deserving.
And
I think
Trey
he should have been
Hendrickson.
the number 1 vote getter,
and Trey Hendrickson,
and he's hurt.
and he's hurt. Outside linebackers, Micah Parsons, Zadarius Smith, and Hassan Reddick for the NFC.
Okay.
AFC, Matt Judon, Khalil Mack, and TJ Watt.
Judon deserves it. Leads the league in sacks.
Khalil Mack's still living off that name, though.
He does.
Yeah.
I don't know how you could put him on there.
I know.
There's been other guys that have played a lot better than him.
Middle linebackers, NFC, Fred Warner and Demario Davis.
No problem with that.
AFC, Roquan Smith and CJ Mosley.
No problem with that.
Corners. I was very happy not to see a certain name on there. But NFC is Darius Slay, Trayvon Diggs, Tariq Woolen, and Jair Alexander.
Look at that.
Tariq
Two
Woolen
former
is a
Lions.
rookie.
Yeah, 2 former Lions.
Woolen is a rookie.
Yes.
Yes.
Love him. Absolutely
And
love
you know
Woolen.
what? He's a 6'4" corner out of trying to remember what college. He went to the same college as Marcus Davenport, the University of San Antonio, Texas.
UTSA.
Yes.
And you know what? Both those guys, I mean, see, to me, there's there's Trayvon Diggs. I don't think Trayvon Diggs is nearly as talented as these other three, but either way,
Trayvon Diggs is living on them interceptions he accumulated last year. And he's been average at best this year.
AFC, Sauce Gardner,
Well, I mean, what
Pat
can you say?
Surtain,
Surtain,
Marlon Humphrey, and
Top-notch.
Xavier Howard.
yeah. All those guys are top notch.
All those, yeah. And safeties, Quandre Diggs and Minka Fitzpatrick,
Okay.
respectively. And strong safeties, Buda Baker and Hufanga.
The kid from San Francisco.
Your boy
Yeah,
Hufanga.
he's been a monster this year.
AFC, Derwin James and Jordan Poyer.
Well, what are you going to say? I mean,
Two of the best.
Derwin James is hurt every year, but he'll make the Pro Bowl every year.
Yeah.
Because he puts up enough numbers to keep him in the top 10. Misses 5-6 games a year.
Couple for the AFC, the kicker's Justin Tucker. No surprises there. The Cowboys return man, Kavontae Turpin
Okay.
made it, and for the Ravens, Devin Duvernay.
Okay.
Returning kicks. Honest to God, don't understand this. Doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. Don't love the idea of the flag football game.
I think that's stupid. I personally think that's stupid. You want to give these guys like a little recognition and let them come up and make a speech and talk about the year. Limit them as much as possible from speaking. That would be fine. I don't like the flag football game. You want to bring them in for like a little skills competition and let them kind of battle it out. I don't have an issue with that.
Agree. I
don't want to see a fucking flag football game. Stupid.
I just wish they wouldn't. It was when the game was in Hawaii, when it was a real game, it was fun. Like they kind of just, again, we got to make the Pro Bowl great at some point.
You know, you went back in the day, they would have the skills competition. They would have football players, baseball players, have them battle it out all the time. Go back to that. Let them do a little skills competition. Put Tariq Hill in there. Let him run a fucking obstacle course.
You know how they have the home run derby in baseball?
Yeah.
There's no equivalent to that for football.
Make it fun,
That's the best part of
Oh,
All-Star Weekend.
you know what? You know what the NFL's equivalent to the home run derby was? It used to be quarterback challenge.
Yeah,
They did away with it. Why? Quarterback challenge was the coolest thing there was, especially for football.
All right, let's get into the games.
Let's do it.
Starting off
Tonight.
with Thursday night football tonight. Jacksonville is heading to MetLife Stadium to play the Jets. This is a game that most likely will have some playoff implications to it. Jacksonville sitting at 6-8, now breathing down the neck of the Tennessee Titans. The Jets sitting at 7-7.
They're worried. Mike Vrabel is worried.
You can tell. Zach Wilson getting the start again tonight for the Jets.
Oh God.
Trevor Lawrence absolutely on fire. The Jets are a 1.5 point favorite in this game, which I was actually kind of surprised by. The Jets are a favorite in this game. 1.5 points.
Really? After
debacle.
Jaguars just slapped Dallas, they're a favorite.
Mm-hmm. Over under 37.5. And this one for me is pretty easy. Trevor Lawrence absolutely setting the world on fire right now. Jacksonville's clicking on all cylinders. Their defense is playing well. Travis Etienne is going to be a premier running back in this league next year. And they are getting top-notch receiving out of both Christian Kirk, Zay Jones, Evan, everybody across the board. They are clicking on all cylinders right now. Whereas the Jets, as of late, have shown me that they have no solid quarterbacking whatsoever. It doesn't matter who they have in there. Obviously, Mike White's a better option than Zach Wilson, but regardless,
obviously he's still hurt.
Otherwise,
he'd be playing.
They have no consistency. They physically cannot run the football, and their only chance of winning is if Garrett Wilson literally puts the other 10 guys on his back and runs them down the field. Their defense will give Etienne a little bit of a problem running the ball, but I don't think it's going to be a complete shutdown. And as long as Trevor Lawrence takes the Lions strategy and doesn't throw Sauce Gardner's way, Jacksonville should win this game. I'm going to take Jacksonville -1.5, and I'm going to take the over in this game. I just think that Jacksonville's been putting up good points as of late. They put up 40 against Dallas, 36 against Tennessee. I think they should be able to put up enough points.
The Jets can't put up enough points to stay in with these guys.
Agreed.
That's it, period. I'm taking Jacksonville also.
Yeah, I'm taking Jags all the way.
Jags all the way.
Jags all the way, baby.
Jags all the way. Honest to God, do you know how happy it'd make me to see them win their division?
I would love to see it.
Coming off of the garbage last year, the Urban Meyer-fueled trash.
High on them all year.
And
I know.
You know
I've literally said this since the offseason. It would make me so happy to see them.
I
see
think
them
it's
win the
good for
division.
football.
I agree.
I really do. I think it's good for the league.
I mean, talk about rising from the ashes.
Yeah. And then this should throw some ashes on people like Urban Meyer.
Yeah, gone.
It should be.
Be
He
gone.
should be fucking gone and never return.
But no,
Huh?
he's broadcasting.
I don't give
Yeah.
a fuck. He
He's
doesn't even need
College
to be in the league.
football.
Whoever has listens to his advice is an idiot. Go ahead.
Next up, but Buffalo left for Chicago already. They're already there
Well, they have to.
due to the
There's a-
inclement weather.
There's a storm coming.
There's a big storm.
And the storm is called Justin Fields.
Oh wow! Buffalo is down in the Windy City to play the Bears at Soldier Field. Buffalo an 8-point favorite, over under of 40 points.
They've clinched their division. They have nothing to play for at this point.
It's not necessarily true. In order to get their first round bye, they've got to keep winning.
Yep.
Obviously, they have the same record as Kansas City.
Yep.
So this game, not a must win, but a preferred win.
Right.
And
They've been struggling.
they haven't
Up until
played-
last week, they've been struggling.
For me, I don't think this really matters all that much.
Okay.
Yes, do I think Justin Fields is going to have a good game? Do I think he'll be
8.5
able to
points.
run the ball? I do. I think Buffalo easily covers this game. I don't think Chicago's defense is up to even close.
Chicago's defense played very well last week against Philadelphia.
Okay,
And they held Philadelphia to a 5-point win.
listen to me.
Okay.
Here's the Bears' last 5 games: lost to Philadelphia, lost to Green Bay, lost to the Jets, lost to Atlanta, lost to Detroit.
Okay.
I don't think this game's going to be even close to an issue for the Bills. I
Okay.
think the Bills roll. I think they put on a show. I think everybody buys back into them a little bit. Give me the Bills -8 and that over under a 40. I'm going to take the over on that just because I think the Bills offense is going to come out very hot and essentially put up 40 by themselves.
Okay.
I mean, Bills have won 5 straight. Bears have lost 5.
I like Buffalo in this game to win. I'm going to take the Bears to cover that 8.5.
That's so stupid.
What? What? Why are you telling me I'm stupid?
No, I'm saying that's stupid.
What is?
The fact that you think that the Bears are somehow
I'm going
gonna
to take
cover
Buffalo
this game.
to win. I think the Bears will cover that 8.5.
If Buffalo only wins this game by a field goal, Josh Allen should throw himself into a fucking mulcher on his way home.
That might happen.
The storms are brewing.
Storms are brewing.
The Storm.
I'm taking Buffalo, but it's gonna be a close game.
God bless both of you. I think this game's gonna be over at the half. Anyways,
Yes.
moving
It's a
on.
monsoon.
It's not going to
It's not a
be,
monsoon,
But
it's a
it-
snowstorm.
but it's not even going to
That's the
snow
thing.
there. It's snowing in Buffalo, so they had
Supposed
to
to snow
leave
here.
early.
So how's it not supposed to snow there?
Because I mean, it's not. They're not talking blizzard in Chicago.
Yeah, but it's still supposed to snow.
It's going to be cold there in
cold.
Chicago.
Okay, so I have a
In the
question for you.
teens.
Cold and snow, which teams do you think is going to perform better? The team that's played in cold and snow 3 times this year?
They're both used to it, man. I don't know
Yeah.
what you want. Yeah.
I don't think there's an advantage there.
How many
No.
snow games has Justin Fields played in this year?
Let's say it snows in Chicago. It snows in Illinois all the time, dude.
But it hasn't yet.
Watch this weekend.
You're going to sit here and tell me that there's a team in the league who has the cold weather matchup over Buffalo.
The Green Bay Packers.
Whatever.
That's actually true.
That's close.
I agree with
That's
that.
close. Next up, in a game that I just absolutely want to throw up looking at, the New Orleans Saints head to the dog pound to play the Cleveland Browns. Cleveland a 2.5-point favorite. The over-under is 32.5 points. And you want to know something? I'm almost tempted to take that because neither of these teams have.
I am going to take the New Orleans Saints in this game to beat the Cleveland Browns in over 32 points.
I am going to take the New Orleans Saints in this game as well. I just don't think that this team is clicking yet. The Cleveland Browns have not shown me anything as of late.
No, the rust on Watson is very evident. And he is not there. He needs a training camp to get back in.
Would I be shocked to see Cleveland win this game? No. Would I be shocked to see Deshaun Watson have his first decent game? No. I said right when he came back that it was going to take a month. I don't think this New Orleans defense is the game that you're going to have your reemergence against. I just don't. New Orleans has something to play for now. They're only a game back in the division. I think they're going to come out strong, and I don't think Cleveland's defense is that fear-mongering squad that they used to be.
No.
I think
They're missing a lot of guys. They've had a lot of injuries on their defense.
Yep. And point blank period, the utilization of their run game has been awful as of late, and so I'm not going to buy into it until I see them do that properly. I think this has upset written all over it. Give me New Orleans
I agree.
plus 2.5, and that over under a 32. I mean, Jesus, if two NFL teams can't score 32 points, they don't deserve to be in the league anymore. Give me the over with hesitation.
I'm going to take the Saints solely because the Browns last week only put 13 against the Ravens, and Lamar Jackson was out. So there you go.
Good take, Bruce. Look at Bruce using some logic.
He used some logic.
Holy
I'm fucking
shit.
utterly. I can't believe that. You know what? I'm utterly shocked.
Oh, I was good.
I'm utterly shocked. I am fucking shocked.
I've used logic before, and watch, because I just used logic.
It was
the
logic.
Browns are gonna win.
Where's my button? Where the fuck is my button, asshole?
For what?
Forget it.
Oh, do
Dumb
you want the horse
He
head?
doesn't, you know what?
Dumb
He doesn't have producer intuition.
No, he doesn't.
We'll make.
No, it's just
Anyway, moving on
you lose
to the
track
next
of them.
game.
There's just lights on.
So you don't
To
know
the
which
next
one's
game.
which.
No, I do, but you just gotta double check.
Uh,
The next game,
To the next game.
fuckhead.
Couple Zimbabs.
Zimbabwe all around. The Houston Texans head to Nashville to play the Titans. And somehow the 1-12-1 Houston Texans.
I have a big take on this.
I know you do. I knew you would.
And I'm going to do this, and a lot of people ain't going to fucking like it. But I will say this. I am taking the Houston Texans to upset the Titans at home, getting 3, and I'm going to take the over 35 points in this.
Yeah,
I think
over
the
under
Texans are
35.5.
due. They're going to get their second win of the year. They're due. I think Mike Vrabel, he's got all his fingers in the holes trying to stop the fucking leaking and is not going to be able to.
Well,
Jacksonville is on their tail. They're fucking nervous. I don't see them doing anything.
here's the thing for me. All right, yes, this would be very easy to say, oh, this is a trap game for Tennessee. They've looked like shit as of late.
Oh, yeah.
There's turmoil going on there. You can tell it's swirling all around.
And it's a
Mike
division.
Vrabel looks perplexed. That would all be easy to say.
Okay.
Watching the way Houston has played.
Yep.
Houston has been in 2 very competitive games against 2 very competitive teams. They gave Kansas City fits last week and Dallas the week before that. I am very inclined to take them, but there was one thing that put this over the edge for me. Most likely Ryan Tannehill is going to miss the rest of the year. So now you have Jacksonville breathing down their throat, Tennessee without a starting quarterback.
No, they have Malik Willis.
Realistically, Tennessee without a backup quarterback because Malik Willis is absolutely fucking awful. This is Houston's game to win. Give me Houston plus 3, Houston to win, and that over-under of 35, I'm going to take the under strictly based off of the fact that
I'm going to take the over just because Houston's put a lot of points up.
they're not going to need to this week. They're not going to need to this week. They're going to shove 10 guys in the box, but 1 safety back. Derrick Henry's just going to get – Derrick Henry might run the ball 40 times this week. And realistically, unless he breaks 3 of them, they're not putting up any points. Who'd they sign? Tennessee signed a quarterback yesterday.
Oh, I don't know.
I believe it was Josh Dobbs. Yeah.
Who?
Josh Dobbs.
Yeah, okay.
So it's either going to be Josh Dobbs or Malik Willis.
Hey, I tell you what, Josh Dobbs will walk in and do a better job than Malik Willis.
You're probably right.
Yeah, watch.
But I still think Houston has what it takes to win. The
I do
second
too.
game of the year.
This is Houston's. This is their chance to do something to upset some people and give their season some kind of meaning.
Yeah, a big game for them, and it would give Jacksonville a huge advantage. I mean, Jacksonville is literally coming in hot.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
It talk
And
about
this
a
will
fall
scare
from
this
glory
will
for
scare the living
Tennessee.
shit.
God.
This could spell disaster for Mike Vrabel.
Yeah, it could. This could
Yeah.
cost Mike Vrabel his job.
Not yet, but I think
We're
if he
getting
doesn't
there.
make the fucking if they don't win their division, it could.
Next up, live from Arrowhead Stadium. Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
No, please.
Oh,
can't
you
fuck
ruined
up.
my mojo. I had something great.
Go.
and then-
ahead.
Go.
Go
All
ahead.
right. I'm going to take the Houston Texans. They got pretty close to a game there last week. They could have kind of snuck out, even though they weren't really playing a full football game. They were kind of just letting them, win. But it's time. It's time. It's time.
Texans.
It's time.
Texans getting that.
It's time.
Next up, the Seattle Seahawks head to Arrowhead Stadium to play the Chiefs.
It's a big game right here.
Chiefs are 10-point favorites. Over under is 49 points. I'm going to disagree with you here. I don't think this is a big game.
Well, I think it is just because the Chiefs want home field throughout the playoffs.
Yeah, and I don't think that'll be an issue for them. I think they will get it. I think them and Buffalo will both stay on pace trying to.
Here's the
each
thing:
other
are they
up.
going to play up to the level of fucking Seattle now?
That's done.
Are they going to fuck around?
No,
and
that's
do
done.
that? Or are they actually going to come out and make a statement?
The last two games where they decided to sleepwalk through Denver and Houston are done. They're at home. It's on Christmas Eve at Arrowhead.
On national television.
On national television. They are going to absolutely mash fuck the Seahawks and Pete Carroll. Give me Kansas City -10. The over-under of 49. Give me the over. I think this is going to be a bigly game for Kansas City.
I agree on all aspects.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to see Pete Carroll ride off into the sunset.
This is going to be the game where
They get exposed.
where Geno Smith just absolutely melts down. Unfortunately, I think this is
Yeah.
the one. Yeah. Yeah. It's been a slow toboggan ride down,
Okay.
and I think the spiral starts now. I really do.
All right.
And especially without Lockett. I mean,
Yeah.
that's a huge loss for them.
No, I mean, he's the guy.
Right.
He's the guy that makes that offense go, especially with them not being able to run the football.
And Kansas City has not had that Kansas City-like performance the last few weeks. They haven't.
Yeah.
So,
They haven't jumped out to a 30-point lead.
correct. That'll happen this week. I think Kansas City runs away
Okay.
with this one all the way.
We're all going to agree, man.
Beautiful. Love to hear it.
Okay.
Love to hear it.
Great.
Next
Across
up,
the board.
in a NFC showdown, the Giants are heading to Minneapolis to play the Vikings. Minnesota obviously has already won the division. They are, I guess you could say, trying to keep pace with Philadelphia for that first place spot,
Yes,
even
they
though they
are.
are 2 games back. The window may have opened a little bit with Philadelphia missing Jalen Hurts in next week or two. So I think this game has a little bit more merit for Minnesota now.
Okay.
The Giants just trying to keep on to their wild card positioning and make the playoffs. Minnesota's a 4-point favorite. The over-under is 48. Kirk Cousins playing at home at 1 p.m. on Christmas Eve. As we know, Kirk Cousins is a real religious guy, so I think this is going to be a big game.
After watching them come out and hand a ball game to another team and basically come back in the second half and make NFL history, I don't see how you could bet against them right now.
I don't either. I think they got a ton of momentum on their side.
I do too. But I will say this. If the Giants defense comes out this week like they did against Washington, this could be a really interesting game.
I'm going to disagree with you a little bit.
Okay.
I don't think the Giants have the juice anymore.
Okay.
Out of those 8 wins, there's probably 3 or 4 that actually impress me. Every big game they've played in, they've lost. Detroit, Dallas, Philadelphia. Yeah, that Washington game was a big one. I don't put any merit on that because that was truly one of the first games I've ever seen where the referees completely decided a game. Daniel Jones has looked like absolute dog piss ass as of late. I
think they need
I'm
this
done
game
with it.
bad to
I'm
stay
done
in
with
pace.
Daniel Jones too. Yeah.
They're literally a quarterback away from actually being a decent team.
No, they're a quarterback and 5 wide receivers and a partridge.
Well, the wide receivers would make them a good team. The
And
quarterback from having
and a
decent
partridge in
team.
the pear tree.
I mean, it's awful. Their quarterback and receiving options are awful. And Saquon Barkley can't do it on his own, especially against Minnesota's defense. Even though I think both running backs have great games, I think Justin Jefferson separates himself. And I think that,
I am taking the Vikings in this and the over.
yeah, I think Zadarius Smith is going to be sniffing Daniel Jones's ear all day. Give me Minnesota -4, that over under a 48. I'm going to take the over on that because obviously Minnesota showed us they can put up a lot of points very quickly.
Yeah.
And I think that Minnesota has themselves a nice day.
Okay.
Bruce?
Skull. That's all I gotta say.
Okay.
They're hot, dude. I mean, I'm sitting here and you're talking, and I'm sitting here like, what? When can I just take them to fucking lose? Obviously, they lost 3 games, but like, god dang, this late in the season, yeah, Skull, baby.
Are you ready for the mash fuck of the week? Next up, the Cincinnati Bengals head to Gillette Stadium to play the New England Patriots. Cincinnati only a 3-point favorite.
I'm
Over,
shocked.
under.
I am shocked on that.
I mean, the weather's going to be bad.
Are they missing that many guys, Cincinnati, to where they're only a 3-point favorite?
Yeah, I mean, they
Yeah,
have
I guess
some
they would be.
injuries, but I don't think it's going to matter. I mean, this team's shown us again. I mean, they've won games without Jamar Chase, without Joe Mixon, without both of them.
Right.
Yeah, is their defense banged up? It is. Cincinnati,
Man, they started out last week. They were absolutely gonna get buried last week.
and they
and
don't give up,
just
man.
Tampa dropped the ball. I don't know.
what the
I
fuck?
don't think the Patriots have the guns to stay with them. Even though I love the defense, as long as Matt Patricia is on that coaching staff, I don't think you have any reservations about picking the other team.
I agree.
And
Yep.
I'm taking the Bengals and the over on this to trounce them.
Here we go. This is a simple equation. I don't care who's playing for Cincinnati and who's not. Cincinnati's a good football team, a well-rounded football team. Yes, they're going to have injuries. Yes, guys won't be playing. I don't think that matters in this game. What does matter is we have a New England Patriots team who lost in the worst and most embarrassing fashion in NFL history last week. You have
Well, I mean second to the Colts, but yeah,
Okay.
you're right.
Either way, it was very close. I don't like Belichick's strategy right now. I hate Matt Patricia's play calling almost as much as Mac Jones does. Mac Jones obviously very frustrated. It's made it apparent to everybody in the most unpatriot way ever that he is not happy with the situation going on
When
with
have
this
you ever
team.
seen the New England Patriots air their laundry in public?
Never.
Ever.
What?
But he mentioned about the Colts is worse. That's not true.
Well, I mean, they were up by 36.
Yeah,
and
but
lost.
They were up 36
but
to
the
nothing.
Patriots were literally tied. I mean,
But
They
were up
gave the
36
game
to
away.
Nothing, dude.
you were tied. The game was
We're not going to
you
fight
had-
over
I'm
who's
not
a
gonna
bigger
go over
shit
that
show.
shit.
Jesus
At the end of
Christ.
the day, this New England team's defeated, deflated. I think it's over for them this year.
It is deflated. It is deflated.
It's deflated.
It's deflated.
But this is Bill
The
Belichick.
curse of Tom Brady
This
coming back
fucking
to
game
fuck
right
Bill
here.
Oh,
Belichick.
you know what?
This is
See,
Bill
he's
Belichick
such a
shit
fucking
right now. This is him, dude. He'll come up with some stupid scheme,
Hey,
and fucking Cincinnati will shit the bed here.
how many times are you going to do this? How many times are you going to throw this back in your head? Guess what? The team's not talented. The coaching staff's impotent. At the end of the day, Bill
Impotent?
Belichick has never had a season where he has lost twice or 2 games in a row 3 times. It happens for the first time here. Give me Cincinnati -3, over under a 41.5. It's going to be cold. It's going to be snowy. It's going to be Boston. I think Joe Mixon has a big day. I think Stevenson, even if the Patriots suck, Stevenson has a big day.
Okay.
I see like a 21-14 game here. Give me the
Okay.
under in Cincinnati -3.
All right.
Again across the board.
Go ahead.
Next up. And now,
Traveling to Carolina.
the Detroit Lions heading down to play the Panthers. Detroit -2.5, over under of 44, and I am going to take the Detroit Lions to win this game outright. I am going to take them to score 40 points on their own and pick the over. Jared Goff coming out on fire this week against Sam Darnold, and I think the Detroit Lions are just so good they're going to ride this wave all the way to the Super Bowl.
This is a tough pick right here for me. Tough pick because you got two teams that are in playoff contention. This should be a great game. I'm going to take the Lions in the over.
It's jackal season.
It's what?
It's jackal season.
What does that
What
mean?
the fuck does that mean?
It's that time when the lion comes out from underneath the tree and it fucking kills everything in its
You have to
path.
smoke huge amounts of dope to come up with
Everything
some fucking
in
nonsense
its path.
like this.
Thank
Nonsense.
you, Christopher Walken. I'm taking the Detroit Lions to beat the Carolina
Nonsense.
Panthers.
Amen.
You know how I feel right now? You want to really know how I feel right now?
Go ahead. Please do it.
You want to push my button, please?
Let it rip.
Let my
Scream.
button rip,
Hit it.
asshole. That's what I feel like right here.
Next up in the last of the Christmas Eve Saturday 1 o'clock games, Atlanta is heading to Baltimore to play the Ravens. Lamar Jackson going to play?
That's what they're saying.
They're saying he will, and if he does, this is an easy game for me to pick. Baltimore -7, over under a 35.5. They are predicting a little bit of weather in Baltimore as well. Desmond Ritter
Does
looks...
Baltimore still hold the tiebreaker on the Bengals?
No, I don't believe so.
I think they
Bengals
do. They
are a
beat
game
the
up.
Bengals.
Bengals are a game up, though, now. Bengals are 10-4. Baltimore's 9-5.
But this is a huge game right here.
This is a huge game, but I think that Baltimore...
In division, I thought that. Oh no, they lost to Cleveland.
Yeah. Either way, here we go.
All right.
Baltimore sitting a game back. This is a big game. Guess what? Desmond Ritter came out in his first NFL start last week and looked awful. I mean, absolutely fucking awful.
I think the whole team looked awful.
Atlanta can't run the ball. They can't throw the ball.
Well, I liked it what they did with Algier last week. He was really good last week, actually.
Guess what? Lamar Jackson has more rushing yards on the year than Tyler Algier. And Algier's
Well-
only mission in life is to run the football.
Yeah, but Algier is also splitting time with three different guys.
Exactly.
Huntley with
Huntley's
Cordell
out for the year
Patterson.
now, so it's him and Patterson. And at the end of the day, I'm going to be honest with you.
Drake London, is he going to catch a ball and fumble and
Yeah.
cost them the game?
It's just a shit show in Atlanta.
That's probably what's going to happen.
It's a shit show in Atlanta. Give me Baltimore -7, that over under a 35.
They got two of the most overhyped players in the draft the past 2 years.
They don't. The problem is Marcus Mariota wasn't the answer. Neither is Desmond Ritter. Period. And their defense is not good enough to sustain this. Kyle Pitts, yes, you're right. Is fucking awful at football.
They got Zacharias.
Zacchaeus. Give me Baltimore -7, over under a 35. I'm going to take the under. I don't think Atlanta's going to.
I'm going to take Baltimore also.
Baltimore kicked a field goal last week. Period.
And Justin Tucker missed. What did he miss? An extra point and a field goal.
Yeah,
last
he's.
week.
Yep.
Unlike him.
Baltimore's. I think spiraling quickly. Bruce.
Come on, man. The Ravens.
Next up.
If Lamar's back, if that's what you're saying is true.
Well, yeah. If Lamar's back. If Lamar doesn't play, take Atlanta.
There you go.
If Lamar doesn't play, take Atlanta.
Not hard to figure out.
Next up, 4:05 p.m. on Christmas Eve.
A big game.
This is a big game. Washington's heading to the Bay Area to play the 49ers. Washington, after getting snubbed last week against the Giants, do you think that brought their momentum up, or do you think that was a little bit of a
No,
tearjerker
I
for
actually
them?
think, you know what? They need this game bad.
Oh, yeah.
They need this game bad. And finally, we're going to see Purdy against a really stout front seven. And I want to see how he holds up.
In order to stay in contention, Washington needs this game.
Correct.
San Francisco already won their division. I don't think it really matters. As much as I love Taylor Heineke, I don't think he has the juice to go toe-to-toe with this San Francisco defense. At the end of the day,
I actually like Robinson this week. I love that. Him and Gibson against this 49er defense. I really, really want to see that.
That's great. You want to know what you're going to see?
That's what I want to see.
Non-existent.
You know what you're going to see? You're going to see San Francisco up in this game 24-7. I think San Francisco steamrolls Washington. As much as I love Washington, this game came at the wrong time. I don't think they're going to be able to run the ball. I think Taylor Heineke's going to be under duress the entire game. I think it's going to be another Brock Purdy's going to have to throw. I agree with you there. Christian McCaffrey will not be able to run wild.
This could be the X factor. This could be the X factor in this game.
I still don't think it matters. Brock Purdy going to throw his way to a win. Give me San Francisco -7. That over-under at 38. I'm going to hit the under because I don't think Washington's going to score much at all.
I'm going to take the Commanders in this game.
Oh, wow.
I'm going to take the Commanders in the 7.
First one.
I'm going to take the Commanders in the 7
We've
in
all
this game.
like that we've disagreed. That one person has disagreed.
And he just did that to be different, yeah.
It's because
Excuse me?
You don't actually
Heineke
think Washington's
is
going to win this
fucking
game.
Yes, I do.
Hey.
I like Washington this week. Okay.
That's
I gave you my fucking.
That's because
reasons
he
why.
hates
Why?
Mr. Irrelevant
Because-
and loves Taylor Heineke.
Right, correct.
Well,
because
I just gave you my reasons why I think they're going to win. I think it's going to be Washington's running game. I think they're going to be able to fucking really move the ball on San Francisco's.
on the best run defense in the league.
Yes, I do.
God bless.
And they're
The
not
Lions
the best run defense. The
stopped
Lions
that,
are.
that offense. So
The Lions had the best run defense the past 6 weeks.
No, it's the 49ers.
Anyway,
They allow 74 yards of rushing per game.
okay.
Lions got to be pretty close, right?
Total yards against per game, first. Total rushing yards against per game, first. Points against per game, first. You're right.
Yeah, okay.
Brian Robinson's really going to have himself a day.
All right. You watch.
Did you make
watch
the
and
pick?
Have
see.
a face full of Nick.
You're not a believer.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm a believer in
Nick
Taylor Heineke.
Nick Bosa's going to fucking teabag him live on national TV.
Anyway,
Next,
I'm
would
taking
love
the
to see it.
Commanders.
who'd you take?
I'm taking Mr. Irrelevant, baby.
Yeah.
Okay.
As much as it pains me, I am too.
And as a Lions fan, I kind of need the 49ers tonight.
Big game right here.
Yes,
Oh.
exactly. Yes.
One of the biggest games of the week right here.
This game was big until Jalen Hurts decided he was going to take a couple weeks vacation time. Philadelphia, who has already won the division and sitting pretty at 13-1, heads down to Jerry World to play the Cowboys in Arlington. Jalen Hurts obviously is most likely, for all intents and purposes, not playing in this game. Las Vegas has already recognized that and made Dallas a 5-point favorite with an over-under of 47 in this game. Real simple for me. Real simple. If Jalen Hurts plays, Philadelphia wins the game. Jalen Hurts doesn't play, Dallas wins the game. As of right now, Jalen Hurts not playing, so I will be taking the Dallas Cowboys to win this game. They realistically, this is their Super Bowl. They lost to Jacksonville last week. People are going to be calling for heads if they lose again this week to Gardner Minshew. I always call him Gunter for some reason. If they lose this week to Gardner Minshew, people are going to be calling for heads in Dallas. They have to win this game if Jalen Hurts does not play. If Jalen Hurts plays, I think you're going to see one of the best football games of the year, like Uncle Sam said. If he doesn't, I think Dallas wins this one pretty easily. Give me Dallas -5, that over-under of 47. I'm going to take the over on that. I think Dallas is going to
Give
put up
me
points.
Gardner Minshew, baby.
I'm taking the
taking
Philadelphia Eagles in this game, giving up the points, and I'm taking Gardner Minshew to win. All he's got to do is come in and play for a few games.
He still has the handlebar
gonna take him.
mustache, right?
I think it's a system. I don't think it's an actual player that makes Philadelphia go.
But
I think
you
it's
said
more of a
Jalen
system.
Hurts is the MVP, so how's it a system?
He is the MVP.
So how's it
But
a system?
I just think that Nick Sirianni's system is pretty damn good.
You know that 120 yards of rushing that Jalen Hurts did last week
Yes.
that won them the game? Do you think
Gardner Minshew's no
Oh,
punk.
geez.
He can run the football.
Christ. Come on, dude.
I am taking the Philadelphia Eagles, and I'm taking the over.
That's awful.
Does he have the
Okay.
mustache right now? or
Yes,
the-
he still
he's
has
got
that
the mustache?
fucking stupid mustache.
Hey, it's not stupid.
You should grow one, pussy
I wish
face.
He can.
I wish I could grow that.
Next up, Saturday Night Football on Christmas Eve, right before Santa Claus comes to town. The Las Vegas Raiders head to Pittsburgh to play the Steelers.
Both teams are in playoff contention.
No, they're not.
Yeah, they are. They're in wild card contention. Both of them are.
Come on, dude.
Okay.
Where are you coming from with these wild takes today?
They're in wild card contention.
Where?
They both can make the wild card if they fucking continue to win.
Do you understand Las Vegas is 5 out of the wild card spot in the AFC?
The Steelers aren't.
What?
They're both in playoff contention.
The Steelers are
not
below
eliminated.
Cleveland.
They are not
mathematically eliminated.
Thank
but
you.
the Steelers at plus
It's a huge
75,000 to
game.
make the playoffs,
It's a huge
I
game
wouldn't
here.
take that bet. Yeah, playoff contention. You know who else is still in playoff contention?
Not the Houston Texans.
Not the Houston Texans, but you know who is? God, take Indianapolis at 4-9-1 at plus $1 million because they still are in playoff contention.
Okay.
They have not been mathematically eliminated. Or Atlanta.
Okay. All right. So who do you like here?
Okay. Obviously, I think Pittsburgh's been playing really good football as of late. Las Vegas plays really good football at times and really bad football at others. Obviously, they got very lucky last week that things went the way they did and they didn't have to go into overtime. Pittsburgh, on the other hand, played a nice, strong game against a decent Carolina defense at home, and they gave Baltimore everything they could stand the week prior. Granted, that was the game Lamar Jackson went down in. I don't love what Pittsburgh.
I don't trust Mitch Trubisky.
I don't trust Mitch Trubisky. I don't trust Najee Harris. I don't trust Deontay Johnson not to drop a big pass. But guys, I do trust Derek Carr. I trust Derek Carr to have momentum and to play with a certain amount of veracity.
Jacobs and Adams are fucking studs.
Josh Jacobs a stud. Devontae Adams a stud. I think that Las Vegas wins this game. I think Josh Jacobs has a big day running the ball. It's going to be chilly and shitty in Pittsburgh on a cold Christmas evening, and I am going to take Las Vegas in an upset to beat Pittsburgh plus 2.5. And also, I am going to take the over in this game. I think the Raiders are due. I think they're
I
fucking
agree with
due.
you totally.
The Raiders are won 4 of their last 5. Their only loss coming to the Rams by 1 point. They're rolling right now. I think they're going to continue to roll.
Totally agree. On all aspects. The over, everything.
Yes, I agree. Totally.
That's it?
Wait, he said the same thing.
Whatever.
I just copied what he said.
After we wake up on Christmas morning, open our presents, drink our mimosas, and fa la 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 la, la 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 la. Green Bay heads down to Miami to play the Dolphins at 1 o'clock on Christmas Day. Miami a 4-point favorite with an over-under of 49.5 points, which I was surprised it was that high, but here we are.
Vegas.
I think this game is going to be a lot better than people think. Miami on a 3-game losing streak.
They need this one bad.
The Packers have won 3 of the last 5, with losses coming to Philadelphia by a touchdown and Tennessee before they collapsed. Here we go. I mean, will Aaron Rodgers be able to will them to victory in this game? I don't know. This, for me, was the hardest game of the week to pick. If Green Bay wants to stay relevant, they must win this week. At the same time, if Miami wants to continue being thought of as a contender, they must win this week. Ultimately, I think beauty will come before age here. I think Miami will just be able to outscore them. I think Green Bay is going to give it an absolute great game. I think this has all of the makings to be the best game of the weekend. I think we're going to see vintage Aaron Rodgers, but I also think we're going to see great matchups where Jair Alexander locks down Jalen Waddle, allowing Tyreek Hill to run streaks for days. Give me Miami -4. This over-under of 49.5. I'm going to take the over hesitantly, but I'm going to take the over because I think this is going to be a shootout. I think there's going to be a lot of points put up in this game, but ultimately I think Miami will get that one extra score when they need to win and beat Aaron Rodgers.
I'm taking the Dolphins to cover and the over.
Why?
What do you mean, why?
Why? Why are you
Because
agreeing
I
with
believe
me?
they're a better football team
Yes,
than
but
the Packers.
why are you agreeing with me?
Why am I agreeing with you? I don't know why. Believe me, I don't want to.
Bruce?
Miami's due. Taking the Dolphins, the Packers.
It's a huge game for Miami.
The Dolphins
need
had to
this
go
game.
up into some weather that they're not used to, and coming back home.
Well, it's going to be unseasonably cold in Miami on Sunday. Just
Correct.
so everybody
Correct.
knows.
I don't
They were
think
just in Buffalo when it was snowing, so
That is true. Miami, the weather.
which Aaron Rodgers is we going to see.
Sunday morning,
the
it's going to
guy
be
last
44
week-
degrees in Miami.
Yeah,
how much?
the top
How
of
many
Texas
mistakes are they going to make?
30, 20.
How many mistakes are the Packers going to make to cost them this game?
I don't know. I don't think this is going to be that mistake-ridden game. I think this is just going to be
I
blow
hope
for
not.
blow for blow, all the way until the end. I think Miami's ultimately going to get one on them.
Okay, I believe that too.
Sunday at 4:30, just when everybody's sitting down for their Christmas dinner. Hopefully they don't puke it back up watching this absolute fucking shit show of a toilet bowl. Two teams who are both eliminated from the playoff contention. We have to sit through and bang our heads up against the wall. Denver's heading to SoFi Stadium to play the LA fucking donkey boner Rams. Both teams sitting pretty at 4-10 and last in their respective divisions. This is awful. They couldn't flex this fucking game out and put somebody else there.
I believe the next,
My God, it's Christmas.
the next 3 games on the schedule are fucking putrid.
Well, this is the fucking toilet bowl. I absolutely hate this game. Denver's a 2.5-point favorite. Over under a 36.5. I mean, God damn. Baker Mayfield looked fucking awful last week. Denver picked up a win with Brett Rippon. I think they might have. Honest to God, I didn't mind the way Brett Rippon played. Hopefully they play him again. I don't want to see fucking Russell Wilson's corpse anymore rolled out there
I
on
think
display.
the Broncos defense alone could beat the Rams.
Agree. Baker Mayfield's
Yeah.
gonna come out there and fucking.
I'm gonna take the
Shit himself.
Broncos and the under.
I'm gonna take the Broncos minus 2.5 in the under as well.
Broncos country. Let's ride.
Next up, Tampa Bay heading to the desert to play the Cardinals.
Wow.
This game,
Another shit show.
this is gonna be another shit show. This game would have a little bit more appeal to it if Arizona wasn't on their fucking 3rd or 4th string quarterback. Trace McSorley is going to start for the Cardinals in this game. Yesterday at 4:30 p.m., Rob Gronkowski tweeted that he was kind of bored, and there are now rumors circulating all over Twitter that his camp has been in contact with the Buccaneers for a possible December 26th return to the team. That is going to be something to monitor, but until then, it's Trace McSorley.
Why don't you just sign Odell Beckham Jr.?
They very well might, and Julian Edelman too. See if we can get Randy out of retirement. Give me Tampa minus 7.5. They're going to steam this.
Yeah,
This game,
Belichick out of his fucking throat.
this game is going to be a 35-17 Tampa Bay win. I think they're going to put up some points for once. I think they're going to protect Brady well for once. He's going to sit here and just have the ultimate chode over J.J. Watt. But here at the end of the day, yes, J.J. Watt might sack Brady once, but J.J. Watt is no longer a game changer. Give me Tampa all the way, 7.5. Over under a 40. Give me the over. I think Tampa's going to put up points for once.
I don't have any faith in the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Godspeed. Playoff bye.
None whatsoever, and I'm going to take the Cardinals in the 7.5 in this.
Do you understand how uneducated you look when you do shit like this?
I am
bless
going to take the Cardinals
God bless you.
and
Trace
the
McSorley.
7.5 points, and I'm going to take under 40 in this.
Hey, you want to know something? If Tom Brady loses this game to Trace McSorley, he deserves to put his balls in a fucking meat grinder. They should cut him on the spot. Bruce,
Wow. That was pretty,
they should cut him on the spot.
That was
if the
pretty
Buccaneers lose
graphic.
this game, Brady should retire, and they should cut him on the fucking spot.
I'm going to take the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
I took the Tampa Bay Buccaneers last week. See what happened.
Well, because last week it didn't make sense to take them. This week it makes sense to take them, and you take the other team.
Last week they had the game won, and they gave it away. And that,
But it all came back to making
that
sense,
does not
didn't
sit well with me.
All right.
Next up, Sunday Night Football. Oh, excuse me.
Monday.
Monday Night Football. Wait, there's no Oh, that Tampa game's the Sunday night game. My
Correct.
bad.
Correct.
I had a little moment. I had a Bruce moment there.
Hey,
Monday Night Football on December
Pot
26th.
moment.
The Chargers head to Indianapolis to play the Colts. Chargers 4.5-point favorite, over under a 46. Real simple for me here. At the end of the day, have the Chargers looked great? No. Have they won 2 in a row? Did they beat a good Miami team? Yes. At the end of the day, does Jeff Saturday know how to coach a football team? No. Did Indianapolis have the biggest loss in NFL history last week after putting up 36 points in the first half and then literally getting dysentery at halftime and absolutely fucking shitting themselves and dying on the field? Yes, they did. Give me the Chargers to roll here, -4.5. Indianapolis depleted. Big dick Nick Foles stepping in as the starting quarterback in Indianapolis after Matt Ryan's literally blew the game last week. I don't care. Doesn't matter to me. I think the Chargers are going to have a big week this week. Give me them -4.5. Give me the over of 46. Again, I think Chargers are going to eat against this Colts defense.
I like the Chargers in this game. I'm going to take them and the over.
Oh, I'm shocked you're not taking Nick Foles. I thought this was going to
I was thinking about it, but you know what? I would only take Nick Foles if they were playing fucking Tampa.
I'm taking the Chargers.
I think Austin Eckler and Mike Williams eat this week. Period.
Should.
That's
should.
it.
They have been ever since those two
should.
guys, ever since Keenan Allen and Mike Williams have been back.
The Colts are in disarray right now. They're done.
The
They're
Chargers
done.
have been playing.
They're all
After they were embarrassed like they were last week, they're done.
agreed.
You could throw dirt on them.
That is Christmas week. It is the most wonderful time of the year, and it is going to be some great football played this weekend. Now, in the art of the holiday season, in the art of giving, as you guys have been my very, very loyal co-hosts all year, I did go out of my way to pick out something special for both of you to celebrate this momentous affair in our first ever Christmas episode. So, without further ado, don't rip this bag because I'm going to reuse it. So, but Bruce, here you go. Merry Christmas.
Why, thank you.
You got to open it so everybody can see.
Well, I'm trying to figure out how you. Open
You just stick your hand in there, bud, and pull. There we go. There we go. I made it real easy for you so you don't rip it. He probably will anyways, won't he?
We should have done this at the same time.
Don't rip the bag, dumbass.
I'm not. Chill out, man.
That
Daddy,
side's already
chill.
open for you. I made this as
Daddy,
easy as
chill.
possible. Look at that.
Oh,
A nice little something for Bruce to go on Bruce's. He can hang it on the ceiling of his bedroom and stroke himself to it at night.
I will stroke myself to this.
And
You know why?
Thank you.
Because that's the only thing he's
Christmas.
stroking at night.
Merry Christmas, Tugboat.
Merry Christmas, dumbass.
And here we go. This is for you. I
Oh,
think you're
that's
really going to
great.
like this.
Are you keeping this bag too?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
Both of those bags will be reused.
Okay.
I think he's really
Don't
going to
rip
like
the
this.
bag.
Don't rip the bag.
Is that a fucking... I have an autographed fucking photo of Trent fucking Dilfer. The best quarterback ever to win a fucking Super Bowl.
It is
Trent
indeed.
Fucking Dilfer.
An
And it's
autographed
autographed.
picture.
How much you pay for this?
Trent
$6?
Dilfer. Actually, you honest to God want to know?
Yeah, I do.
$19.
Holy shnikes, Batman.
Plus 10 for the frame.
$19.
$19. That's how much
$19,
Trent
dude.
Dilfer's signature is worth.
What does that say on it?
Super Bowl, whatever he played
Super
in champ.
Bowl
Champ.
Trent fucking Dilfer.
Trent fucking Dilfer, baby.
Thank you very much. I am putting this at my new...
That's
as
going to
my-
be new front and center.
Yeah, it's going in front of Nick Chubb.
There we go. Trent.
And look at that. Trent fucking Dilfer.
Trent Dilfer.
It doesn't get any better than that, baby.
Amen.
Merry Christmas to everybody.
Merry
and to
Christmas.
all a good night.
Ho, ho, ho.
Jingle bells.
Ho, ho.
From all of us, all three of us here at Tip Balls.
Is it still going?
Yes, it is. We would like to wish you. Okay, can you?
Dude, there's nothing I can do. There you go.
We'd like to wish everybody a happy holiday.
Happy holidays.
Please come back and continue to follow us. We hope you enjoy it. That's what we're here for.
When you say please come back and continue to follow us, you know what you sound like?
What?
The lady for the ASPCA asking you to donate 30 cents a day to save a dog.
You could donate 30
Come back
cents a
if
day
you
to
want.
save me.
If not,
I'm old, and you
But
guys can
please
help
come
me
back.
out.
Happy Hanukkah, Merry Kwanzaa,
Happy Kwanzaa.
Happy Christmas, Merry Chrysler, Merry Christmas
Happy
from all
Fest-
three of us.
Festivus.
Yeah, Festivus for the rest of us. Enjoy the holidays. Enjoy your family. Eat more cookies than Uncle Sam.
I don't think anybody could. I'm so sick right now.
If you've been good all year, you can expect Santa to come. If you've been naughty, he'll show up somewhere at
And
some
kick you
point.
in the nuts.
Yeah.
Shot in the dick.
And thank you guys
Kick you-
for
kick you-
listening to us
Kick you in
again.
the bag.
We will be back Tuesday after Christmas with a
A recap
Recap.
of all of our this weekend's game.
of this weekend's games. Thank you guys so much for listening. As always, enjoy it. Enjoy football. Enjoy your families. God bless Trent Dilfer.
God bless Trent Dilfer.
Remember, if you haven't, follow our socials, Instagram and Twitter at Tipballs, TikTok at Tipballs Podcast. If you're listening to us on Apple or Spotify, remember to watch us on YouTube and subscribe. Merry Christmas. Have
Merry
a happy
Christmas
New
to
Year.
everyone.
Go Lions.
Fa la 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 la.
Am I perfect?